All right. So we just saw It Comes by Night. And we're going to take the high road here because we're highbrow critics, and I'm not going to make any jokes about the title. You won't hear me once say it jizzes at night, or it ejaculates at night, or it splooches at night, or it blows its load at night. We're not going there.
I never did see The Guy Come at Night either.
No! What the fuck was the title about? Nothing came at night. Nothing.
Not one thing ever came at night.
Like, they have a dog that shows back up, and it's like late evening.
No, the guy had a lot of dreams.
Yeah.
Maybe the dreams came at night. I don't know.
Maybe that's maybe the kid was like, the kid kind of had premonitions in this movie about what was going to happen. He kind of like, so maybe you're right. Maybe It Comes at Night as a reference to the premonitions he was having and the dreams.
I don't know. He almost like had a wet dream that one time, so maybe that's where they got it from.
I have to give this movie credit about one thing that I found very funny. Everybody, if ever you're watching a movie and you go, oh, the black guy, somebody will like call you a racist. In this movie, there's only one person of a gender, of a race. So if you watch this movie like, hey, you know, the Hispanic guy, there's only one. So you know exactly, the one white dude, there's only one. The black guy, there's only one.
Yeah.
So.
The white woman.
Yeah.
There's only one.
There's only one. So it's like, we can call you a racist because let's face it, they almost never say the characters' names in these. I mean,
no,
and even when they do, you forget
tell
right
you
away.
Any of their names.
Yeah,
I have no clue. They were the black guy, the white guy, the black woman, the white woman, the black kid, and the white kid.
That's it. I mean, you know, it's funny. I recognize the Hispanic dude from something, but I'm gonna have to look him up. But I know him from something.
Yeah, he did look pretty familiar.
It might have been on like Breaking Bad or something like that. But I've seen him in something else recently.
Yeah.
I mean, the main dude, that's Joel Edgerton, or Edgerton. I don't know how you pronounce his name, and I like him. And even in movies I think that are terrible that he's in, he's still always good in them. That's the one thing about this movie. The acting was all pretty good.
Yeah, it was really good acting.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of it, I don't know. It was just kind of like, just kept kind of waiting for stuff to happen, and like not much really happened.
The movie is an hour and 37 minutes long, and 45 minutes of that is tracking shots of people just walking around the hallways with lanterns.
With lanterns, yeah.
I have never seen a movie this short padded out this much.
Yeah, that could have been like a half-hour TV special, and it would have been just the same movie.
Yeah. I mean, it was an hour and 37 minutes, and I think that's the exact runtime. And you could have cut this down to like 100, like an hour and 10 minutes if you just cut out all the unnecessary just walking through the house shots. And I get it, they're like showing, I understand like what that scene was to represent. It's like because the walls are narrow and he's just walking by himself and he just has the one lane. You're supposed to get that feeling of isolation and being closed in. You're supposed to feel claustrophobic in those moments, but they lost their effect after they did it 75 times.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. After the 300th time of the guy holding the lantern, wasn't interested in that anymore.
No.
Or they switched it up by the guy having the flashlight on the end of his gun.
Yeah, that was different. Yeah. Maybe they watched the movie and like, we need one more shot of him walking with a light. Let's add a gun to it.
And then let's let him have a dream where he has the gun with the light on it.
So we'll talk a little bit about the movie itself, and then we'll talk about some of our reactions to some parts of the movie. I was so happy until, I mean, we thought we were in the smallest theater in this entire complex, theater complex, and
there was barely like maybe 50 seats.
Yeah,
in the whole theater. It was tiny.
It was small and it was kind of cozy though. I kind of liked it.
I liked it too. It wasn't that bad. We set up close and the screen wasn't too big. I kind of like that. And like
right as the previews were about to come on, and a family walked in, and we're like, well. But they sat up like all the way up at the back, like away, and we were sitting up in the front. So
that made it 7 people total in the theater.
Yeah.
Well,
8 if you count the guy standing by the door.
Yeah.
This movie just it's kind of like more dramatic Walking Dead, only without the extremely flamboyant and eccentric characters.
Yeah.
Except, and there's no zombies. I mean, I guess we're gonna have to spoil it, but I think it's out there
I don't think
now.
it really matters if we spoil this movie because it's not. There's nothing that's like super, like, twist at the end or anything.
Nah.
And
It kind of ends the way you think it's going to.
yeah, not all the way. I figured that it was going to end that way from the very beginning. Like, oh, there's some kind of sickness. Well, all those people are going to die.
Yeah, like you get the disease in this movie. You get the disease, and within like a day, you're dead. You don't turn into a raging zombie. The disease is so contagious, you just get it and die.
Yeah.
And in the movie, they make it clear that they're stuck in the middle of nowhere. They have no idea where the virus came from. They have no idea how anything happened, and they have no contact with the outside world because they're afraid to leave.
Yeah.
And so the isolation of the film is really well established. Like the tone of the movie is really good.
Yeah.
But
And the moral of the story is humanity will kill you.
yeah,
Absolutely.
in the apocalypse, don't be nice.
No.
No.
Nope.
If you come to
Doesn't
my house,
matter.
I think my mom and my mother-in-law probably both watch these. I will kill you both in the apocalypse.
Yeah, we'll be the first ones.
You will slow me down.
Better hope there's no like false apocalypse.
Yeah. Whoa! Just start shooting the neighbors. Joe, one guy got the flu down the street and he's fine. Some chicken soup and some Sprite. He's okay. We can't be too careful.
We could never be too careful.
It's amazing in how every post-apocalyptic movie, everybody just instantly loses half their humanity. It's like,
Yeah.
nope, you have to die.
Yep.
And you know what?
Take no chances. Kill everybody.
Like the opening shot of the film, they kill their grandpa.
Yeah.
we laughed
That's
out loud
awesome.
at that. From that point on, I think the people up at the top were probably like,
Like, yeah, we get that same reaction a lot.
yeah, they
Like,
walk.
are those guys are laughing down there? Like, what's wrong with them? It doesn't matter. The opening shot was great.
Yeah,
Towards the end, the movie has balls because they totally murdered another little kid.
yeah. This time it wasn't a baby. This time it was a little kid.
Yeah, it was like 4 or 5. He deserved to die.
But the mom was like, "Oh my God, you killed my baby! Just kill me!" And they're like, "Okay."
Yeah, all right. Boom! Killed you too, bitch.
That was great. And
It
but
was.
there's the plot of the film is it's a family. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's post-apocalyptic. A virus has attacked us. It's probably chemical warfare. We don't know. The landscape is not destroyed, so it's not like some nuclear terror
it's
attack.
not like a nuclear fallout or anything.
But it's some kind of pathogen has been released, and whoever gets it dies. It's his family. They've locked themselves up in a house up in the woods. It looks like this movie was filmed in like southern Canada,
yeah,
because I've seen films filmed in Canada, and that's kind of what in the woods, and that's kind of what it looked
and
like.
everything, kind of like that. The house itself was kind of like a Canadian woodsy kind of place.
Log cabin.
Make a nice getaway. Mm-hmm. Like it'd be a cool place to go hang out on vacation.
The way that the background looked, I mean, it could have been like Maine or Vermont or something like that. But I mean, I know in Vancouver, a lot of people film in Vancouver because it's cheaper to film there. They give like tax breaks and stuff. I think that's why so this probably was filmed in Vancouver. I will look it up later. It was probably filmed in like Hillsville, Virginia. I don't know. But so they're in the middle of nowhere, and virus hits, and then a dude tries to break into their house, and it goes from there.
Yeah.
And when the dude tries to break into their house, they don't know what to do with him, so they tie him to a tree. I couldn't contain. I don't know what was wrong with me, but they had a thing around him. He could breathe through his nose, but they had like a bag over his head and tape over his face, and just you hear him. But like, and then it would go away for a second, and then come back so much louder. I was like, it'd be like, you wait a second. And I'm like literally like this biting my tongue, and I couldn't help it. I just like started laughing hysterically. That noise was so funny to me.
It was.
I mean, this guy's sitting there suffering, but I mean, there had to have been somebody filming like,
Yeah.
this sounds ridiculous.
Yeah. I kept expecting something to like eat him, but apparently, whatever's out there doesn't like to be on film.
No.
Because they never showed any kind of anything.
The handheld camera is this, whatever this is, his natural predator. So when the prey sees the camera, he hides and camouflages. But I mean, structurally speaking, I hate to say it, this was actually a little bit better of a movie than The Mummy was.
Yeah,
it was. It was. I mean, like, Tom Cruise was great in The Mummy, and those action scenes were great, but this movie kept, even though nothing was happening, it still kept you interested.
Yeah.
And like when nothing was happening, there was like no music.
It kept making you wonder what's going to happen next.
Yeah,
like
it
the whole
kept its
time
tension.
I was wondering, like, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Something going to happen? Something's going to happen. What's going to happen?
Yeah, you're right. It built the tension, really. By the end of the film, you're like, it's a white knuckle film because you're like, something's going to fucking happen.
Yeah.
And then it does in the end.
Yeah.
And, like, the first act and the third act of the film are both pretty solid. It's that middle part where it just gets so slow and so boring. And
yeah.
That's what stopped it from being a really good movie.
Sitting around, having dinner together, like, yeah, well, let me tell you the rules for 10 minutes. Yeah. You know, we don't go outside. I'm the only one that has the key, but somehow magically your kid is going to end up getting the key and opening the doors and killing everybody.
Yeah, I'm not going to give away. There is a slight tiny twist. I mean, I wouldn't call it really a twist. It's just kind of a misdirection there in the end, and then there's a shot right before the end of the film where it shows you what really happened, and you're like, oh, okay, and you're like, wow, that was fucked up. But so it was really well written throughout. It's just that middle part, man. I mean, they could have just added a little bit more in there. Maybe added some conversations that, like,
yeah.
Even if it would have been like there's a scene where like the two people are up in the middle of the night and they sit down and they start talking about the foods that they miss. Even if they'd have filled it in with stuff like that, like, hey, back then, what did you watch on TV? Like, oh, we used to watch it. Say if they would have added something like that and given
a few more minutes of conversation before he looks at her boobs.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? You could tell that she was like shocked for a second. It didn't bother her.
Yeah, she's like
he was more nervous than she was.
How old are you? You're already looking at boobs?
Well, he's like 17.
Yeah,
she's like
17.
Oh, okay. And you can tell she's like, he's a cute guy.
Yeah.
But and she's a cute girl. It's one of those. Well, here's the thing. Had this been the last people left alive and they were forced to repopulate, there'd be no more racism because everybody be everything.
Yeah.
Everybody be black, white, Hispanic. Maybe the guy was like half Inuit and I just didn't spot it. So there would be a gray race.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know. It was different. I'll give it that. It was a different movie.
Yeah, it was made differently. I definitely, like I said, I felt tension throughout the whole film, and I'll give it that much credit. So many of the horror films can't pull that off.
They didn't rely on 80 million jump scares.
No, they kind of earned those jump scares because they gave you so long where nothing would happen, and then something would jump scare you, but it would turn out to like be nothing.
Yeah.
So
that was cool. Like I don't mind a jump scare every now and then if it's done right. And those were done pretty well.
Oh, if anybody wants to know how to properly time and do a jump scare, the first Conjuring movie. That's exactly how you do jump scares. You build up, and then you earn that jump scare.
Yeah.
You're not like I heard about that movie, The Bye Bye Man. Apparently, it's just nothing but jump scare. I won't see that movie because it's just the worst title ever.
Yeah.
But
Bye Bye Man.
So I do recommend seeing this because it was worth $6 for sure. And this is one when it comes out, I won't be buying this one on Blu-ray. This is a DVD all the way. But as soon as this goes on DVD for less than $15, I'll pick it up.
Yeah, all the way. It wasn't terrible. I enjoyed it more than the Conjuring 2. Because I didn't like that.
Conjuring 2 was one that I would agree with you the first time I saw it, but the second time I saw Conjuring 2, it was like, okay, I felt a little bit more... because that theater experience was bad. People talked all throughout it. The theater got hot.
It was hot.
And it ran on way too long in a theater, and it just... That was not a pleasant experience. But when I got home, when it came out on DVD, we sat and we watched it again. I'm like, it's still not... It doesn't compare to that first one. The Conjuring 1 is like the best horror film of the last 15 years.
That one was good. That's why I'm really surprised by this because it was kind of marketed more as a horror movie. It really wasn't a horror movie.
No, it's more of a tension and suspense.
Like a suspense, drama suspense type of movie. Mm-hmm. It's not really scary unless you're afraid of the end of the world, but I mean, most of you are absolutely going to die if the world ever ends. You have no chance of survival.
Oh, I'm going right away.
Like, as soon as McDonald's drive-thru is closed, 60% of the population is dead.
Just you're a bigger guy. Just know that the little people are going to be hunting you down for food.
I know.
In the apocalypse. I mean,
that's okay. I have guns.
I don't know. People say, what would I do? It's like, I don't want to survive the apocalypse. I don't want to be...
No, it's every show or movie that I see about it, it's kind of looks like it sucks.
Yeah, I don't want to run into Negan. I don't want that to happen.
No, not at all.
I hope when the big thing happens that within the first hour, me and my family are all just gone.
You know, I don't want to get to the point where I have to eat cans of dog food just to survive.
No, you want to eat them by choice.
Yeah, absolutely. Like... It better have gravy.
If it doesn't have gravy, or unless it has that like chicken broth, that could be okay.
Yeah, that'd be all right.
I wouldn't know. I'm cheap. I only feed my dogs. Like what people say. What do you feed your dogs? On sale brand, Kroger. Oh, Kitten Caboodle's on sale this week. Guess what? We're a Kitten Caboodle house now.
Kitten Caboodle family.
I try not to buy the store brand. I try to do the one up, but no, my cat. If I give my dogs wet food, they'd probably cry. Like, the fuck is this?
Yeah, what is this crap?
I didn't know this was possible. You're such an asshole.
They would bite you every time you poured hard food in your bowl after that.
Just walk over and just make sure I was watching and shit in my shoes.
Yeah.
On my
see that
little fucker would do. My dog Gracie, the little one. Like people that watch my other reviews, it's the dog that always jumps up in the bed and lays behind me. Our wiener dog
makes the flapping ear noises. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's just something her ears itch all the time. We clean them out, and she's just one of those dogs that just does that all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, she'd be the one that would just walk over because she's pooped on our bed before. We got a brand new mattress, and she went in. She was only like 3 or 4 months old, and she pooped on the brand new mattress.
Yeah, it's like this doesn't stink enough.
Yeah,
let me shit on this for you. You're welcome.
See what I did for you? Actually, I have to give her a German accent, can you? But I don't feel like doing a German accent.
Wiener Schnitzel.
Yeah. Das ist poop on your bed. I can't do German. I can do a Scottish and a British, but German I'm now. I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah,
but
I guess so.
Because I'd have a lot more jokes then, and they'd be inappropriate, and I don't know. My wife's Jewish; she wouldn't appreciate them.
Yeah, probably not.
No. All right, well let's talk about trailers. We can wrap. I actually, all in all, I actually do recommend seeing the movie. I mean, it's not one that like because it's really short, and so I just based on that, I wouldn't pay like $12 to see it.
No, not at all.
Because it's like you're in and out in an hour and a half. Because there's no post credit scene here. I'll do that for you. We should start doing that, telling people.
Yeah.
So yeah,
there,
no post credit scene. You can leave when the credits start.
Yeah, some of those you have to wait until the credits are all the way over to see it. Some of them are like halfway through. Some of them are right at the beginning. Yeah, we should let people know that for sure.
Yeah. So our first trailer was for a movie that it came out this week for that 47 Meters Down, that shark attack movie.
Yeah.
That doesn't look bad, but that's like we were talking before. That's a get drunk and go home and watch it movie.
Yeah.
That doesn't look like a theater movie.
No, it didn't look that great. Like, I'll see it when it's on DVD, but I'm glad that we didn't pick that to go see in the theaters.
It's getting some pretty bad reviews.
It looks pretty bad. And like I was telling you when we saw the trailer, that's very, very simple to end that movie in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Because, okay, they lower him in a shark cage. Uh-oh, the shark comes, better raise him up. The cable breaks. Okay, does a friggin' boat with a winch and a cable system only have one cable and one hook? They couldn't just be like, okay, guys, hold on. Here, let me lower down this hook. Hook this on. Winch back up.
Problem solved.
And don't worry about those sharks. You're still in the cage.
The sharks look good, though.
Yeah.
But I saw I finally got around to seeing The Shallows. I was telling you about that earlier. That was actually a really good film. That was one of the best looking sharks I've ever seen on film, and it was totally CGI'd. But
awesome.
I think that The Shallows will be a better movie than that. But my wife is seeing that tomorrow, so maybe if I can talk her into doing like a video review of it, which
awesome.
She probably won't.
Should do like an interview of her for it. Just interview her about it. Ask her stupid questions. Make her answer.
Yeah.
Do a hidden camera review.
How many times did you see the color blue? They were in the fucking ocean.
Were there waves?
How many starfish?
How many teeth did the third shark have?
I hate you so much. Mandy Moore's in it. Did she break into song? Yeah. Let's see. Then we got a trailer for Annabelle 2. Now, Annabelle...
That was cool.
Annabelle 1 was only okay. Like, it was not... I didn't hate on it as much as everybody else did, but it definitely wasn't a good movie.
Yeah.
It was watchable. I mean, it's one of those that you watch it and go... I expected too much from this because it's in the Conjuring universe, but this one, it looks like what they did with Ouija 2, because Ouija 1 is fucking terrible, but I've heard the sequel was really good. It looks like that situation. This actually shows you how.
Yeah, it's like a prequel.
Yeah, it's how the doll actually became the doll, how the doll got possessed in the first place, and that's a much more interesting
that
story.
Had a laugh out loud moment in it too. You're like,
I remember we laughed.
We lost our daughter to tragedy, and she like jumped out in front of a truck and got splattered.
And the truck wasn't even moving that fast. She just walks in front of it. Like, kid, you're terrible parents. You just let your kid walk out in front of another car.
You're like changing a flat tire. Why is your kid standing out there where you're not paying attention to her?
Yeah. Thankfully, it looks like it took place in like the 40s or 50s. And back then, child murder was legal.
Yeah, it was all right. If you hit a kid back then, you didn't even have to stop.
No.
So that was all good.
Yeah, I mean, things were so much better back in those days. Back when white men ruled the earth. Yeah, no, but what else did we get?
There's Annabelle, the stupid shark one.
We got 2 more trailers. We got Star Wars again.
Star Wars. I'm so sick of seeing the Star Wars trailer. It's the same one. Change it up.
You know what? I had a theory about. I was watching the Star Wars movie, and I connected everything. Like I got it. So, Princess Leia gets, Carrie Fisher died after making this movie. This movie comes out at Christmas time. They sacrificed Carrie Fisher to Jesus. That's what they gave Jesus for his birthday. They killed Princess Leia.
Wow.
Thanks, Disney. Blew your fucking mind, didn't I?
There was another trailer. What the hell was it? It was.
Do you remember?
It was something that must have not have looked that good because we don't remember.
Oh no, it was. Okay, I remember now. It was actually the first long trailer I've gotten for The Dark Tower.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It was really good. I rescind my former statement.
Yeah, and you know what? People are complaining about Idris Elba playing Roland the Gunman. I think
you're a racist.
Yeah.
If you have something bad to say about that guy being the gunslinger, you are a problem in this country.
Yeah.
You're a racist.
I mean, why would anybody care? I mean, there's certain characters that the race does matter, but this is one that really doesn't.
It really doesn't.
Who cares
And
if
that
it's
guy's
Idris
an
Elba?
excellent actor.
I love Idris Elba.
And he looks really, really good in that role.
When he's doing the gun kata and he's throwing the...
Yeah. Like, he's got bullets. He's just like... Flick, 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 and his gun's loaded. He just like throws a handful of bullets up in the air and catches them and starts shooting motherfuckers. Shit, I can't wait to see that.
Matthew McConaughey is playing Randall Flagg.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Randall Flagg is one of my favorite characters in the Stephen King universe. I mean, he was in Eyes of the Dragon, The Stand. He's really... I think that they make it clear in one of the books that he's actually the devil.
Yeah.
But Matthew McConaughey playing him.
Matthew McConaughey is the devil.
I'm so happy about that. I like Matthew McConaughey. I mean, his scene in Wolf of Wall Street is easily one of the best scenes in the movie, and it's only like 6 minutes long.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Matthew McConaughey is one of those actors that he can really, like in Tropic Thunder. God, he was funny in that.
Yeah, they need to make another one of those.
Tropic Thunder. Oh, I would love to see a Tropic Thunder too. I don't know how they would make it.
Absolutely.
I guess they could do a sequel where they go back to Vietnam to rescue somebody, and those people now the kid's grown up and he remembers them.
Yeah,
that could be funny.
That would be awesome.
But
or like a Tropic Thunder prequel.
Somehow you have to get Danny McBride in there still.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how they'd include everybody. It's still my favorite part of that entire film is Tom Cruise. when he's like, I want you to pull your something, he's like, and fuck your own face. I'm like, Tom Cruise is not one that cusses in movies, so just hearing him talk like that. Oh, look,
And he was like uncredited in that role too, so like you didn't even know it was Tom Cruise till later on after the fact. Like, oh, that's awesome.
I like when he's like, who is that? And he's like, that's the guy who wrote the book. He's like, oh, you're a great American. Thank you for your service. Now shut the fuck up. Just the way him and Matthew McConaughey, the way they would talk to each other. Oh, and Bill Hader, I think, was his assistant.
Yeah.
So Bill Hader was really funny in those. We're talking about Tropic Thunder.
When the guy just won't break character the whole time.
I don't break character to the DVD commentary. Oh yeah, man, are we cool? Hell no. But see, actually, my favorite part of the actor in the film is Tom Cruise, but my actual favorite part of Tropic Thunder is in the beginning when they're running the fake trailers. The fake trailer with the movie with Tobey Maguire.
Awesome.
The movie with Tobey Maguire and Robert Downey Jr. in it. The two monks that fall in love with each other.
Yeah.
Satan's Alley. That's what the movie was called. Satan's Alley. Oh my god, that was one of the greatest fake trailers ever.
I wanted
made.
them to make half of those fake trailer movies. Like, just go ahead and
Scorcher.
make that. I'll watch it.
I'd watch Ben Stiller play Scorcher.
Absolutely. Yeah. That'd be his best role of his life. Definitely.
Yeah. Well, I think that we're gonna call it there. Next week, you're
Yeah, go see Tropic Thunder if you haven't seen it already.
Next week is a movie that this is either gonna end up surprising us and being really good, or it's really gonna be awful. I'm 2 for 2 with the Transformers movies. I like the first one and I like the fourth one. I didn't care for 2 or 3, so they're half and half with me. So I'm like, I don't know, because I know you didn't care as much for 4, but I liked it just because of Mark Wahlberg, and
I really didn't like it.
It
Was a
went too
bad
long.
movie with a good acting by Mark Wahlberg.
and Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah,
Kelsey
him
Grammer.
too.
And of course, like one of my favorite actors, T.J. Miller. They kill him right in the fucking first act of the film. Pisses me off.
Maybe he'll come back as like an Autobot's voice.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, it'd be like that little annoying tape recorder.
So yeah, Transformers: The Last Night, and we know this isn't the last one. There's another dozen movies that they're ready to film. So
They're probably already in development for Transformers 14.
Michael Bay actually said he was asked about those movies. He's like, as long as people keep paying to see them, I'll keep making them. And when he was basically asked, these movies are crap, and he kind of said like, I know, but
He absolutely said that. He said these are terrible ass sucking movies, but you're gonna go see it anyway, and you are. And we are.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see it.
Stupid for that.
I've never seen one of the Transformers movies in the theater, and I mean, Mark Wahlberg being in
either.
if Mark Wahlberg wasn't in this, I probably wouldn't go see it in the theater.
Yeah,
Or if
I'll
there-
see anything with Mark Wahlberg in it.
I mean, we didn't get to see Patriots Day because it was one of those that just it was at a time where there's too many other things out. But we did see the Deepwater Horizon, which started off really awful, but it had the third act of that movie was pretty solid.
Yeah. Mark Wahlberg was good in that. And
Kurt
so
Russell
was
stole the
Kurt
show.
Russell, yeah.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg was a star, but my favorite part of the movie, Kurt Russell, he's got the chunks of glass hanging out his face the whole movie. That's just disgusting. I love that.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So I guess we'll call it there so we don't run in the possibility of overheating, even though it's not too bad out here today.
It's not super hot, so that's cool.
Go
Even
see-
though I'm sweating.
Yeah, me too. So go see it. Comes at night, but nothing really comes.
Nobody comes in the whole entire movie.
Especially not at
one
night.
time.
I don't know.
Like-
She did. He overheard it when he was listening from the attic. Yeah.
She might have been faking though. There's no proof.
Yeah, I mean, he might have went to sleep and she might have went, ugh, thank God.
Yeah, finally got off of me.
I'd leave him if there was nobody else. I wouldn't steal you if they were the last man on Earth. And then he showed up at her house like, I'm the last man on Earth. She was like, okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's it. We'll be back next week with fucking Transformers.
Good luck.
Yeah.